James Mitchell, 0.0000000000065%. A McDonald's Big Mac contains 540 dietary calories of energy, or about 2,250,000 joules. The sun's output is 382 septillion 800 sextillion joules per second. 1. That's enough to tell us that we're going to have a hard time catching up with the sun by eating more burgers. Why is this so difficult? Most of the sun's mass is concentrated in the core, where energy is released as hydrogen fuses into helium. By volume, the sun's core doesn't actually produce that much energy. A blob of core matter produces about the same amount of energy as the body heat of a reptile of the same size, 2 and less than a warmer-bodied mammal. The sun is hotter than a reptile citation needed because it's so large. All that heat adds up. 3. Reptiles may produce heat at approximately the same rate as the stuff in the sun. But if a reptile doesn't eat for a few weeks or months, it runs out of energy and starves. The sun, on the other hand, has been burning for billions of years and will last for billions more, because nuclear fusion produces much more energy than metabolizing fat or muscle. How much more? Strangely, we can come up with a pretty decent estimate just from what we know about animals. Animals live a few weeks or months, in the case of some snakes, on their own store reserves, while the sun will last about 10 billion years. That's a difference of about 100 billion-fold. This is roughly similar to the ratio between the energy stored in a snake meat Big Mac and the energy stored in a Big Mac-sized chunk of the sun's core. 5. If we want to eat enough food to keep up with the sun's energy use rate, we have to eat a lot more. A typical person eats a few thousand calories per day, and we probably can't improve on that too much. We can't all be The Rock. To keep up with the sun, what we really need is more people. At the end of this article, we imagine a galaxy full of habitable planets, each one hosting 7 billion clones of former Solicitor General Ted Olson. Don't ask. If the Teds ate a normal diet, the total calorie consumption of that galaxy would still fall short of the sun. We need approximately 1,000 galaxies worth of burger-eating Ted Olsons to achieve our goal. It's important to spread this food consumption out across multiple galaxies, because if you gathered all that food in one place, you'd have a big problem. Since food has such a low energy density compared to the sun, you need a lot of food to keep up with the sun. Matching a few days' worth of sun output would require a sphere of hamburgers the size of the Earth, and keeping up with the sun over its entire lifetime would take a pile of burgers much larger than the sun. In fact, it would be heavier than the supermassive black hole at the center of the galaxy. 6. The bottom line. If you want to keep up with the sun's output by feeding people burgers, you'll need to open some intergalactic franchises.